we can tell that prospective clients have looked at things up online or have asked ChatGPT. So we're going to have to deal with that going forward. But we definitely have seen that, thinking that it's easier. But I've also had many people come to us trying to do on their own, and there's just one thing they didn't quite understand, and then it's immigration. It's like the monopoly where you go back to you start it back. If you get denied, you go back to the beginning.
Oh my gosh!
So it's expensive and time consuming.
When it comes to do you ever deal with the citizenship interviews?
Oh, all the time.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, there are interviews. Yeah.
Are there differences does that one person that does the interview make the decision?
Pretty much. Yeah. They make a determination. We have to pass civics and history test, and then they can make a decision based on your background if you have criminal issues or other things in your home country. So the officers have a lot of power, whether to approve or deny a citizenship application.
About 10 years ago, I saw this TEDx in St. Louis, and it was this patent attorney.
Right.
And they kept track of the approval percentages based on the judge.
Right.
And so they knew who to avoid and all that. And I wonder if you could do something similar when it comes to immigration.
There are actually groups that track which judges grant asylum, which don't grant asylum. Mm-hmm. And if they do grant asylum applications, from what countries do they grant? So there are those resources out there.
Yeah.
And so it's not easy. You just don't know when you go into USCIS, you just don't know what officer you're going to get.
Oh, interesting.
You don't know until they call you. It's like you go to it's like you're in a giant waiting room and they call your client's name out and they say, well, I'm Officer Smith. Come with me. We're going to do your interview today. You don't know who your interviewer is.
Interesting.
Until they open the door and call you in.
Are you allowed to be in there with them?
Yes, the whole time.
Okay, so are you ever making arguments on their behalf?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to explain things, especially people say, oh no, my clients say, I'll be fine. I'll be able to tell them. People are nervous. Plus, this is my world. I understand the jargon.
Right.
So I don't really argue as much as try to explain.
Okay.
If they have something, they had filed a previous application. Well, officer, here's what happened in that previous application. Well, they had a criminal issue. Oh, yeah, but that case has now been dismissed, and here's all the papers.
Is there a written opinion?
If they deny your application, they do issue a written decision.
I would find it very interesting if you were to take all of the written decisions per judge. What are they called?
Well, those are USCIS officers.
Officers.
Right.
Take all the written opinions, if you can get your hands on them.
Sure.
And then analyze them for what the denials were.
That'd be
You use the AI to do that, and then you can then be ready for whichever one it is.
That's a good idea.
That's
not a bad idea. I mean, especially in a market like Vegas where it's small.
Yeah.
Southern California, there's multiple immigration offices and there's hundreds of officers. It might be a little more difficult, but that's interesting. Also, you can do it by maybe region, like certain areas. What is the San Diego office doing versus what's the Phoenix office doing?
That would be so interesting.
And we do have listservs and kind of scuttlebutt about what's going on. And this happened to me today in Orlando. Is that happening in Dallas? So we do crosstalk a lot.
You could vibe code a website where you then it could probably do it in real time, where it tracks.
Interesting.
You create it and it tracks the opinions and all that, tracks the percentages and all that.
Right.
That would be a really interesting thing to do.
It's not a bad idea, especially if the attorneys are willing to share that information.
Yeah.
Interesting.
How long have you been practicing?
35 years.
Did you ever think that we'd be in this position right now?
I mean, sitting here with AI and what we're doing? No. I didn't think I'd ever be on a podcast sitting here. No, I mean, I come from up when computers were they were like giant TV sets when I grew up as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd have a computer in my pocket that is stronger than anything I've ever seen. So, it was always kind of Jetsons, Fantasyland era that things would be like this. So it's, technology has made the practice, it's made it easier but quicker. So when I was coming up, you'd always could say, oh, I have to research that, I have to look into that. And people, be it your law partners or your clients, gave you time. Now everyone knows that you have immediate access to information. So I've seen a lot of changes, but it's still, what kind of person you are, how well you advocate for your clients. It's still the personal touch matters. Mm-hmm. But our jobs as far as the technical aspects have gotten easier. But conversely, now much more is expected of us and quicker.